want to graph as my starting point like a linear function, okay? So I might plug in like a 2, and then a parenthesis, and then my x, and I want to go to the right. So I'm going to do a minus 5, parenthesis, and then up 6. Nope. I want to go up 15, okay? So maybe you have to like climb a ladder to start this roller coaster, and you're gonna start 5 meters above the ground. Does that make sense? Okay? But maybe I wanna like cut that off at this point right here and have there be like a big drop in my roller coaster, okay? So at that point, I wanna limit my domain to, let me just go away. So I wanna stop it at like 4 seconds and change that direction of my roller coaster to something else, right? So up here, what I basically do is there a space bar? Okay, I'm gonna hit a space, and then in order to restrict the domain, you wanna put in a curly bracket. So if you see the curly bracket, and it's got the other one over here, okay? And I want this segment to go from time 0 to, we said, time 4, right? So I'm gonna do 0, and then you can click this button right here, less than or equal to, my x, less than or equal to 4. And so now that created this segment that just goes from 0 to 4. You guys with me? Okay. Now maybe I want to do like a quadratic, right? That maybe has a vertex of this right here. Oh, that's not gonna work. But we want a vertex maybe of 7, 4. So I'm gonna put in a new equation, and I'm gonna have a parenthesis x, and we said, what did we want a vertex of? 7, 4. So minus 7, parenthesis. Now, if you are doing this on your computer, you can hit that little caret that's like the V on your keyboard, okay? And that will raise up the exponent, right? And I want squared, okay? But we wanted to move it up, so I wanted to move it on the 7, 4, so plus 4. Right? So I lucked out because this point actually connects to my quadratic, right? If that wasn't so lucky, I might have to take my quadratic and move it around, and you guys know how to do that, right? Left, up, down, right? So now maybe I want this to go from here to here, okay? I could also make it stop right here, and that might actually be cool. So this would be like the 9. So I want to go from 4 to 9. So put in your squirrely bracket, 4, and then here's the cool thing that I figured out is I can do the less than and then hit the equal, and it creates a less than or equal to. So you can type all of this, okay? And then x less than or equal to, and where did we say we wanted it to stop? On the 9 maybe, okay? So there's like my next little loop in my roller coaster, okay? Does this make sense? It's super easy to do the domain. Now, the hardest part that I had when I was creating my roller coaster was like I knew what shape I wanted it, but I had to figure out how to move it left, right, up, down, right? And then if it wasn't quite fitting, I also changed the steepness. So you could put a 2 in front of here if you want it to be steeper. You could put a 1/2 in there if you want it to be like flatter, right? And you guys know how to do all of this stuff. It's just messing around with it on the computer. Does that make sense? All right, you guys can also message me through Remind or email if you have questions. Basically, by the end of class, I would love for you to have created a roller coaster following the document instructions, and then share it with me in Google. Do you guys all know how to take a screenshot on a Chromebook?
Yeah.
Okay, or you know how to use Google to figure out how to do that? At least one person in the room said yes, so I think that you'll be good. Okay, so Emma can be a resource for how to screenshot on a Chromebook. Put it into a Google Doc and share it with me, okay? Thanks, Gracie.
Thank you.